turn that down so that I can come over. Hi everybody. Hi Lorelai. Hi Toru. Hi Bob. How are y'all doing, guys? Hey Aaron. Look, to be honest, it is literally called epic sad emotional background music. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this just works so well. And quite honestly, that and the one before will probably be what features tomorrow. Toru, I need to get with you later. We need to make a new starting screen for tomorrow, and I kind of have another idea for a project that I want to put onto the stream as well. So when we're done, if you're around, let's hit it up. Tomorrow's the day, guys. Today is I saw that they got the electric car one out, and I'm like, man, Charlie's still broken the obituary system. Like, she's laughing her ass off about it. Honestly, Lorelai, normally I would be, how do I put this? Normally I would go on Hector, my DOJ character, first. Unless there's a need for it, I might stream a little bit earlier before the storm. We do have a couple of things that we got to do today, one of which hurts my heart a little bit. So, there's a possibility that I am trying to get through today. No crying. It doesn't help that I'm writing the eulogy right now. I wrote the first draft of the eulogy last night, and I showed it to my wife. And I've never written okay, I want to point out, as the music gets even more epic in the background, I want to point out I have never written a eulogy before. My parents are still alive. My grandparents, all of them, have passed, but my parents have taken care of writing the eulogy, or a family member has. I don't fucking know what a eulogy is meant to be. Like, is it meant to, so I've just gone about and have included all the memories that I can clearly remember from their history, and tried to condense it down. Otherwise, honestly, we would be there for 2 hours. Like, I remember a lot of stuff that we did as Charlie and Logan, and you know, I've kind of boiled it down into things, and to be honest, I very much doubt I am going to be able to read it. I had to leave. The person that plays Kayla Harlaw from the PDO, we hung out with her last night while I was writing it, and I have organized a stand-in just in case. It is a friend of, it is the former Chief Justice Elizabeth Williams. She's a friend of Logan's. Logan used to work with her. They got very close. And she was also Charlie's best friend. So, yeah. So as I'm looking here and I'm doing this stuff with the eulogy, it is 4, almost 5 pages long. And I'm like, is that too much? And even now, as I'm sitting here and re-editing this, I don't want to say this shit because it's not shit, but as I'm re-editing this, it's getting longer. As things become more clear, it's becoming longer. So, yeah. And when I say it's 4 pages, guys, I want to just highlight it has literally just crept onto the 4th page. It is in size 11 Arial font. So yeah, it's for some weird reason I just paused my own chat there. All right, let's bring it in. I honestly don't know what's gonna happen today, because Logan doesn't know who he's hanging out with yet. Um, the plan was to meet with Liz. I believe she's on her other character, who is Arabella, who we spent some time with yesterday, who did not know Charlie. So it's difficult because the player knew Charlie, Arabella didn't. So a lot of bringing up stuff. I'm gonna give them some time for briefing, and then I have to call. Do this. We have to go get the final suit that we have to get his suit that he's gonna wear, and then at some point we have to go and complete that. You have to get ready for. Oh, are you doing that the bike ride with the parks and whatnot? So while we're waiting around for people to get back to us on what they're doing, so okay, nice. Hey, all good. Look, Logan's gonna be around for the day. He'll be on the phone. You can always send messages, things like that. You know, obviously no meta. Hashtag no meta. But you go enjoy yourself. Oh, fuck. Yawning like a motherfucker lately. I swear I'm not getting enough sleep. I blame Queen for this. Sleep, yeah, I know, right? No, I have very bad insomnia. My wife hates it, and because I've been so sick and it's lung problems and things like that, anytime that I stop making a noise like snoring or things like that, she wakes up. So we're both exhausted. Yeah, I don't listen to my body at all. When I was in my mid 20s, I got pneumonia. I just thought it was a bad cold, and so I was going to go to the doctor the next day. It had already been around for about a week at that stage, and my then partner and one of my kids was like, "You're turning blue." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And like my fingernails were blue, and my lips were blue, and I went and had a hot shower because I thought, you know, the steam's gonna open up my lungs. I'll be fine. I'll go to the doctor tomorrow. Eventually got out. Was coughing all over the place, couldn't really breathe, and then she goes, "Okay, I've spoken to one of your friends who's a paramedic. They said you need to go to the hospital. You're turning blue. It's not good." I said, "Oh, I'm just gonna go to sleep. It's fine. Go to the doctor tomorrow." Nope. She's like, "No, you're going to go to the hospital." And I'm like, "Okay, fine. Call your dad," because I was gonna drive myself, but she wouldn't let me drive myself, and I said, "Fine, call your dad. He can drive me to the hospital." She goes, "Well, let's just call an ambulance." I said, "I am not sick enough for an ambulance." Now, I live in Australia where ambulances are free. In my state, they are paid for by the government. There is no bill. You do not get a bill for them to come. Even if you don't go to the hospital, you pay nothing. But I was so convinced that I was not sick and not listening to my body that I'm like, "Your dad can drive me." So her dad comes and takes me to the hospital. He drops me at the drop-in bay because I said, "Don't worry about this. You go park. I'll just walk into the ED. There's nothing wrong with me." It was maybe 200 meters, so 2 football fields to the ED entrance from where we parked. And I shit you not, by the time I got there, the triage nurse looked up, looked at me, said, "How did you walk in here?" and put me immediately in the back. Now, anybody that's ever been to an emergency room anywhere knows they only take you if they know that you are, like, immediately take you in if they know that you're in trouble. My pulse when I checked in at the hospital was 168 beats per minute. My blood pressure was 160 over 110. My oxygenation level was at 93%. Now, for those of you who don't know how the human body works, oxygenation, 93% to people sounds amazing. To the body, 92%, and you are unconscious. My fever was 39.8 degrees centigrade, which 40 degrees centigrade is considered high grade fever where brain damage can occur. Um, and I had just walked into the emergency room, and they did a blood panel, and my white cells were stupid, like stupidly high. They took me straight for a chest x-ray. It came back snow white. Like, you couldn't see my lungs. That's how much fluid and shit was in there. In my right arm, I had a 14 gauge IV, which is one of the larger ones. In my left arm, I had a 16 gauge IV. Both were hooked up to fluids, and both were getting shots every hour on the hour of huge syringes full of antibiotics. I was in the ICU overnight where they had me hooked up to a heart rate monitor. I am ex-military. I know how to control my heart rate. And when I go to sleep, I lower my heart rate. It helps me go to sleep straight away. I couldn't really do that because every time I did, it set off the alarms because my heart rate, even though it went into normal range of 80 beats per minute, they were monitoring my heart because it was doing 165 beats per minute. So they thought I was dying. So anytime I tried to go to sleep that night, alarms would sound, nurses would run in, things like that. That first night was the most uncomfortable night I've ever had in a hospital, and I hate hospitals. I have in the past hated hospitals so much I have removed my own IVs and checked out. I wasn't allowed to because I was in the ICU, otherwise I probably would have. Um, that being said, I didn't sleep. I wasn't even allowed to go to the bathroom. And when I say that, it's like, here's a jug. This is your bathroom. Um, the next day, I spent that one night in ICU. Then I spent 3 days on the ward. On the ward, every hour, on the hour, they would be injecting me with antibiotics. And the food was actually pretty good. The room, terrible. The poor guy next to me had stage 4 cancer and was in pain all the time, and I was his distraction. We had two other guys that came in and shared the room with us as well. Um, Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the guy that was next to me. I got to know him really well. His name was Barry. Probably, given this is 10 years ago, I'm going to assume that he was passed on, and I hope that that was a smooth transition for him. But we got to know each other pretty well. Every day I'd ask the doctor the same question: Can I go home? Can I go home? Can I go home? I'm done. I don't want to be here. And eventually they let me out after 4 days. They gave me a prescription for antibiotics that I had to take for a month and went through. Now, this is where, and I'm going to get a little controversial here, guys. I have friends that I've told that story to, including my wife, who are American, and they go, "How did you pay for all that?" It cost me $20. ICU stay, medications, round the clock care, 3 days in the general wards, food, everything. It cost me $20. And the part that cost me $20 was the month long supply of antibiotics that I took home. Nope. VA benefits were not taken into account. That is the standard Australian public medical system for you. Had they taken my VA benefits into consideration, it would have cost me $3.95. And so I sit there and I'm like, uh, and people that sit there and go, oh well, why should I? Like here in Australia, it's very much a case of you pay your taxes, and I pay my taxes every year. In your taxes, there's a Medicare levy. Now that Medicare levy is Australia wide. Now there's certain things that when you earn a certain amount of money, and you hit the age of 30, you do need to get private health insurance. Otherwise, you pay more on the Medicare levy. That's because you are seen as being able to provide your own medical care and shouldn't be as much of a burden on the system. And I get that. I get that. And I understand that and I appreciate it. But I still pay into the Medicare levy even though I have private health insurance, I pay lower uh, fee in there because one, I don't earn a huge amount of money, but I earn enough that we could live comfortably when I'm working. Um, and then the rest goes in there. Now it's not optional. You don't have the option to opt out. You just do it because that's what funds the public system. And I have zero problem sitting there going, yeah, I worked a 40-hour work week, but out of that, $2 goes towards the care of somebody who can't work and can't afford this or can't afford that or who desperately needs emergency medicine. And that's the way that it's set up is if you got bitten by a snake and you needed emergency care, anti-venom, all that kind of stuff, that is all covered under the public health system. You get bitten by a shark, it's all covered under the public health care system. Um, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to sit on a controversial topic. We're not going to go down that route. Today is not about that. We've kind of been derailed. Today is the last day before Charlie's funeral. Um, we've got some stuff that we need to do. And with that, we're going to go in. We're going to figure out who we have around and what we can do. So, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for everything that you do every day. I hope that you do get some entertainment out of this. There may be some, and if I had a soundboard, I'd play the emotional damage thing, but we don't have that. But you know, take care, guys. We'll be around. Who do we want to call first? Oh, I just got a letter back from the medical examiner. All right, that's gonna be hard. Um,
What's up, Stryker?
hey, buddy.
Hey, what's up?
I got a couple of details from Zona about tomorrow for the pickup with the hearse and things like that. I know that you kind of, or at least Carmen said you were kind of spearheading the PD side on
Yeah,
that.
I got a hearse for you. I mean, a hearse and a motorcade
Okay, perfect.
for it.
Yeah, so according to Dr. Dimmick, the medical examiner that they've just appointed, it'll be, I'll have to go down with the hearse about a half hour before we start, and they'll transport her up and get sign off on the last things, and then we'll be able to come down to the motorcade, and I guess we'll kick off from there. I have
Okay.
a feeling the
Pro 6
civilians.
plus 1 Chosen and an active 80 with a black and color common South Belgian
All right,
Avenue.
you go, dude. I'll give you a call back later.
Just got into an 80.
All
Yeah,
good, dude.
got you.
Be safe.
All right, later.
I desperately need to eat some. Oh God, I have no food. Oh God, this is not good. Um, pop a local after what happened. What happened? What the fuck? That's fucked up. All right. Need food and caffeine. Sounds like Logan's life right now. Okay, not weird coming straight out into somebody's face. You know what? I'm not gonna finish that fucking sentence. I think I'm gonna have to get darker sunglasses for tomorrow. So guys, we are gonna be going at some point. I'm not sure who with, even if we do have to do it ourselves. I repaired that, so there's no way that should be. Jack's around. Think Jack's around. Nope. Are there any restaurants? Saw that car. It is definitely a unique car.
I don't know.
Hey, buddy.
You did? Okay, perfect. Hey, sorry about that. I had a little 80 going on.
No, it's all good, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, so, as I said, the hearse and I are gonna have to go down about a half hour early and pick her up.
That's fine.
And then I'm probably assuming that most civilians will probably just go straight to the cemetery, and then, we'll just do the motorcade from there.
Mm-hmm. What time do you want the motorcade to roll out?
Well, service is meant to start at 21:30 Eastern.
Okay.
So I don't know. I suppose if maybe how long do you think it would take for it to? I mean, it's not like we stop for the lights or anything, but how long would you expect from a courthouse
Maybe
to?
5 minutes.
Maybe 5.
Maybe.
Okay, so maybe if we leave, say, 10 minutes prior to the 21:30, then 5 minutes there, then we can, move her to the graveside and then go from there.
Okay.
Um,
Sounds good.
okay, now the only thing I haven't actually been able to
Negative,
figure out is whether
Go ahead.
is there meant to be anybody that, like, I guess, normally like a priest or something would run it and say some words and stuff before people give like eulogies and shit. But
so what we've had is just like you had somebody who was basically close to them or like on the department. We last lost them northbound North Rockford Drive. Like what's the plate on that? Plate ends in 68 Lima Hotel. It's plate ends in Lima. Not shit. 68 Lima Hotel. Yes, so for Ward's funeral, George did it. Daniel's funeral, Thad did it. Usually somebody that's close to the person does it.
okay.
It would kind of lead it and then invite people up to give their eulogies or say some words or something.
All right. I might have to try and talk to Liz because at this stage, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to read the eulogy. I've got her as my backup person, but she might end up having to run the shots.
I got you.
Yeah, all good.
You have like a eulogy written up or whatever already?
Yeah, it's still finalizing some things.
Okay, if you need me to, I can read it.
Yeah, yeah, I might see how we go. I might try and just soldier through it, but I appreciate the offer there. If need be, I'll weepily tag you on the shoulder.
Yeah, that's fine. Just let me know.
Yeah. All right, man. Look, I'll let you get back to it. I'll try and find somebody to be kind of the MC, if you will, and get that all teed up, and I'll meet you, I guess, at the courthouse with the hearse, maybe.
Okay.
If we're leaving it 20 past.
Yeah. So I'll have the hearse is at the hearse is going to be at VPD. It's in our
Okay.
parking impound there.
I might just come up then, just a little after storm, maybe like 8:30, and meet you there, and then we can do whatever needed. Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you helping with all this, man. I really do. And
yeah, no problem, brother.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, if all being well, I will see you tomorrow at 8:30. As shit as a thing to say is that all being well in this circumstance, but be safe, dude. And yeah.
Yeah, you too, buddy.
All right, catch up.
All right, later.
Welcome back, Lorelei. I'm not gonna go to that gas station and get food. That's a not happening thing. Like, nothing's open. I'm trying to remember where all the gas stations are where I can go get food. Dang it, can't get food there. Part of me's like, Stryker should just pass the fuck out somewhere because, yeah, why not? So... Alright guys, we're still getting all the notifications and messages and stuff out.
Twitch Prime subscription received.
Thank you, Lorelei. Didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. What in the fucking world? Maybe I should go into the courthouse. Ah, so not only is Stryker stomach going, but my headset is going blip blip. Which means I need to plug it in and give it a good charge. Okay, good. I did send that to her. Oof. A headache and a half. Trying to find a single towel with. I feel like I'm in the kid zone over here. No, it's 2 sets. Alright. Well, he's not exactly thinking to eat right now, so